Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm here Abhijit. So today we are going to understand one of the stories. The story belongs to the era of Mahabharata. The story is of Bhim and his guru Dronacharya. So we know that Bhim was the angriest and heaviest among all, the mightiest among all. So one day Bhim realized that he always speak in an anger without even thinking to others. That's how it left the forever impact and negative impact on the heart and the mind of the listeners. That's how, taking his problem, he went to his guru Dronacharya and asked a remedy onto this. So Dronacharya guided him, suggested him that now onwards, every time he utter a word in an anger for others, so he has to hammer a nail onto the empty wall. So for 1 week, he had to do this experiment. And Dronacharya told him that for 1 week you have to do this. Every time you speak a word in anger, you have to hammer a nail into the wall. After 1 week, you come to me. So he did it for 1 week. So after 1 week, finally he went to Dronacharya. So Dronacharya told him, let's come together and let's examine the wall. So when both of them went to the wall was full of nails. So Dronacharya told him, now one by one, you plug the nails which you have hammered into the wall. So that's how after long 2 hours of the hard work, finally he could plug all the nails which he has hammered. And that's how then Dronacharya guided him that the nails were the words which you use for others, which you tell others, which you give others. And that wall is the heart and the mind of the listeners. And now, once you have pulled back the nails, the holes which are remaining, those are the scars which left, which remain on the heart and mind of the listeners. And that's how Dronacharya taught him a very best lesson of the life, that think before you speak. And that's what we are going to learn today. The lesson of Standard 9th English Yuva Bharati. Think before you speak. So lesson begins as Benjamin Disraeli, one of the British statesmen, has told us that why there is a reason man has been gifted with 2 ears and one mouth, because man is meant to listen more and speak less. And that's why God has gifted us 2 ears and one mouth. Imagine if we would have got 2 mouths and 1 ear. So 1 ear would be here and there would be 2 mouths by the side of our face. Then how we would have looked so strange as it said. So that is how he told us man is meant to speak less and listen. Giving example, he told us that we are master of the words which are unspoken, but we are slave of the words which are spoken. Because once the word has been spoken by us, we can't take it. As saying, once the bullet fired, once the arrow has been thrown by the bow, we can take it in the same way. Once the words are spoken by us, we can't take it back in any manner. And that's how he told it that we are the master of the words which are unspoken, which remain with us. And that's how we are slave of the words which are spoken. To explain his theory, he also gave us one of the stories. So one day, one young man went to his spiritual teacher, complaining that he used harsh words for his friend, and that's how he was afraid of losing the friendship. And that's how he asked his spiritual teacher that what should I do now to amend my friendship. So that spiritual teacher gave him one blank page and a pen and asked him to write up all the abusive and harsh words onto that paper which he had used for his friend. So after writing down all those words, the spiritual teacher asked a young man to tear that page into the bits as many as he could. And that's how now then he asked his disciple, that young man, to throw all the sheets out of the window. And it was a windy day, and that's how those torn bits of paper were scattered on the road here. And then spiritual teacher ordered him to go and recollect those torn bits of paper. But it seemed impossible The young lad gave a same answer that, dear teacher, it's impossible to collect all those torn bits of paper. But teacher told him, you just give it a try. So after the hard work of half an hour, the disciple could collect only one or two. And that's how the teacher gave him the example for the life. Now this is how the words which we speak without even thinking once or twice, it left unknowingly, it left a mark on the heart of the listener forever. And unknowingly we hurt many people. And that's why it's really important to think before we speak. Also, in the lesson, there is an example given of the Socrates, who was a great philosopher. So, one of the disciples of the Socrates asked him that why it's important to think before we speak. So, Socrates gave some three questions. That the very first question which Socrates gave to ask ourselves before we speak, before we utter a word, that is it really true what we are going to speak? Because if it is not true, then there is a chance that we may pass a false information and we ourselves become the transmitters of the untruth. So that's why before we utter a word, we must ask ourselves that are we speaking truth? The second question we must ask ourselves before we speak, that whatever we are going to speak, is it pleasant? Is it going to give happiness to others, or we are going to make a person sad by our words? And third and last question we are going to ask, that is it really useful? My talking, my speaking, my interruption, is it really necessary? If you get the answers of all these three questions in an affirmation, a positive answer, then definitely you should speak. Rather than that, you should not speak. Our ancestors also used to keep the moon for many days. And that's how this keeping moon, keeping silence had much power. That's how Bhagwan Gautam Buddha, Bhagwan Mahavir, many saints and sages has this power. So that's why in the lesson it is told that think before we speak. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you understood the lesson and read. Thank you.